Going to be a basic tutorial on how to use the Hendo Academy editor to type Karshon. There are other editors, but this is the one I'm familiar with, and I shall be walking you through some examples, or just rather one example today. And maybe I can explain better features of the editor later on, like the Karshon. But as of today, I will be focusing only on Syriac. So what we would do is we will first click on this link here, and the editor comes into view. And if you notice, the first three rows are Syriac, the next two rows are Karshon, which are Malayalam characters used to express sounds which are available only in Malayalam, and the last two rows are the vowels as well as the plural as well as the rukaka and the kusaya symbols, other diacritics as required. Now, if you notice in this, we are using the typical alphabetic order of Syriac letters, which is Aleph, Beis, Gamal, Dalas, He, Vav, Zain, Hes, Thes, Yod, Kap, Lamad, Mim, Nun, Semkat, Epe, Sade, Kop, Resh, Sheen, Tau. Semkas, rather. Okay. And so I will start off by trying to type Isho. Now, Isho, we start off. Okay, so let me just familiarize you with what the device I'm using here. This is an Android phone. If you are using an Apple phone or a laptop, it might be different. So the screen that you're seeing now is of an Android phone. Okay. So for Isho, you type Yod, and oh, how did that come there? Okay. For Isho, you type Yod, and then you type the Huasa. Now, if you know that there are a certain number of vowel signs in Syriac, and those vowel signs are known by names such as Ptaha for A, and Zkapa for A, and then you have the Ruaha for O and O, and then you have the Ruwasa for U and U, and then you have the Huasa. The Huasa is the long E as well as the short E. This is represented by a dot under the Yod. Okay. So here you can put, this is the vowel that we use here is the fourth column from the left in the first row of the vowels. So I will click it here, and then you have that. Oops. Okay. There you go. Now, what happens is that in some traditions, people prefer to write an Aleph over the E for the Yod. Now, some people write the Aleph before, they put it like this, and then there are people who prefer to put the Aleph on top. So for that, if you look at the second last letter in the consonants row, which is the third row, which is the Syriac row, there is a dotted circle with an Aleph over it. It works similar to that of a vowel, but of course it is a consonant. So if you put it there, okay, I think you have to put it after the Yod. There, it goes above the Yod. So that is another way of representing E. This is usually common in the Mosul tradition. Now, I prefer to have just the Yod there. Next is Sheen. Now, Sheen, can anybody spot where Sheen is? Sheen is the second last letter in the Syriac alphabet. So it comes just before Tau. So in this case, in our screen right now, it is on the third row and the fourth column. So that is Ish. Now you want the O. The O is the vowel known as the Ruaha. Okay, and so you have to first put the Vav, which is the third column from the left, first row, and then you have to put a dot above it. That dot is again in the third column, but this time it is in the first row of the vowels. So you have Isho, and in Syriac, the name Isho is not just written like that. You need an A at the end. Now, maybe a native speaker can produce that sound. if you put an A like this. But since we are not native speakers, most of us will just say Isho. The translations would be Ishua and Yeshua and Ishoa and things like that. So, which is why you have two names in Malayalam. You have Yeshu Christu and Isho Mishiha, right? So Mishiha means the anointed one, the one who has been anointed with oil, and it is the similar term in Greek, which is Christos, which is why you have Yeshu Christo, which in Greek the yod is pronounced as a Y, whereas in Suryani the yod is pronounced as a E. So you have Isho, then you put a space, and then you have Mishiha. So how would you put Mishiha? If you look at this, you have a meme somewhere. Can you find out where the meme is? I'll give you a second. Well, to be honest, it's me looking for the meme right now. Okay, so this is the meme, right? It's in the fourth column, second row of the consonants. So you have a Mishiha, and what happens is the meme does not have a vowel. Since it does not have a vowel, you pronounce it as a half M. Then we go back to our favorite sheen, which means teeth actually, and then you go back to our yod again, and the huasa, which goes under it. That is again on the third column, first row of the vowels. So you have mishi. Okay, now you need the ha. This time you need the hard ha. I mean, we haven't used the soft ha earlier, but still. So the hard ha is visible as the 8th character, which means in this screen it is on the leftmost and first row. So first row or leftmost of the consonants. So you have Mishiha. Now in addition to this, you need the A sound, which is the Skapa. Now the Skapa is two diagonally placed dots above the consonant, and that is, let me see, is it, my screen is a bit damaged. Okay, yes, there you go. So it is in the second last column, or rather it is in the second column from the right, the first row of the vowels. And like most vowels in Syriac, we have to end this with an aleph. So we will end it with an aleph, and we will press the very first character of the top right, aleph. And now there are two ways to save this. You can either save it as a PDF by pressing it on the middle of the many options. You have this icon here, and then it will offer you a way to save it as a PDF, and then you can use it to do whatever you want. Or you can click it on the extreme right. There is a share button, and it will now create an image, and you can then save it and send it to one of your groups or many groups, and this is what you get. Now you can edit this if you want by going to the top 3 buttons on the top, edit, and you can say, you can change this if you want, and you can type Isho Mishiha and save, and Bob's your uncle. So I hope you enjoy doing this. Hopefully I'll come back make some more videos on how to express Rukhaka, Kusaya. Those are all there in the editor. There are many options that you can have within the editor, and I'm just trying to find where the editor is in my software. There you go. So and then there's also the Karshon alphabets, which are in the second row. I mean the second set of rows. Okay. So we will go into that also later, hopefully. But right now, I want you to practice Syriac with the simple vowels that we have. There are some other vowels that I can point out here, but maybe that will be more suited for another class. Let me just see if I can put. So you have a lamat here, and this one. Okay, that's a la. This is silent. Okay, this is for the plural, the horizontal dots above, and this is for a silent letter, and this is to ask you to read it faster. So there are many options. And West Syriac also, the line below is a silent letter. So there are many options that you have here. You can go and look at these and try them out and see if you understand them or figure them out. and maybe this is for the plural, yes, and maybe I can come and contribute some other day. So hope you have fun trying out the editor. Bye. Or as we say in Suryak, Shlama.